Hello viewers, welcome to the channel Amazing Civil Engineering Studies. In today's video we are going to discuss about what is 1.54 in concrete calculation. Every time we calculate the concrete or cement mortar calculation, we use a 1.54 constant to get a dry volume of ingredients. But why exactly 1.54? Why not 1.75? What is the reason behind that? 1.54 is a factor that helps us to convert the wet volume of concrete into dry volume. If we transform wet volume into dry volume, then the dry volume is raised by 54% of wet volume. So that we can calculate the number of materials in dry condition. Adding bulking of sand and void ratio compressibility. Bulking of sand up to the M25 grade of concrete. We make nominal mixes by volumetric measurement. In the design mix, we weigh the materials. If the moisture is present in the sand, then it makes the sand look bulkier, which could result in inadequate sand proportion in the concrete ratio. For example, if we need to add 1 cubic meter sand in the concrete mix ratio, we take 1.3 cubic meters. 30% more. The reason for that is the moisture content present in the sand makes it a little bulkier. The 5% to 8% of surface moisture will increase the bulking of sand up to 20% to 30%. When we add more water, more than 8%, to the sand, the thin film will disappear, and volume decreases. Void ratio. If you fill the shuttering area with blue metal alone, it has lots of voids in it which also need to be filled by the other materials such as sand and cement. Such void gap is known as void ratio compressibility, which is 20% for coarse aggregate. So if we need 1 cubic meter of concrete in the wet condition, we have to take consideration of the bulking of sand and void ratio compressibility for both fine and coarse aggregate, 30% plus 20% plus 4% equals 54%. Adding 4% as wastage, it comes as 54%. Thus every time you need to calculate the volume of concrete, you need to add the above percentage with dry volume. Wet volume of concrete equals dry volume of concrete plus 54% of the dry volume of concrete. Or wet volume of concrete equals dry volume of concrete x 1.54. So whatever volume we get from the above formula, we need to multiply the value with 1.54%. So to get 1 m3 of wet concrete, we have to multiply the dry volume by 1.54. Consider M20 mix ratio, 1, 1.5, 3. So total part of mortar equals 1 plus 1.5 plus 3 equals 5.5. Therefore, required volume of cement equals 1/5.5 x 1.54, bulkage and wastage, x mortar volume. equals 1/5.5 x 1.54 equals 0.28 m3. To convert into cement bags equals 0.28 x 1440/50 equals 8.06 bags. Unit weight of cement equals 1440 kg m3. 1 bag cement 50 kg. Required sand volume equals 1.5/5.5 x 1.54, bulkage and wastage, x mortar volume equals 1.5/5.5 x 1.54 equals 0.42 m3. Required volume of coarse aggregate equals 3/5.5 x 1.54, bulkage and wastage, x mortar volume equals 3/5.5 x 1.54 equals 0.84 m3. Let me make it clear by considering the concrete cube with dimensions as length of the concrete cube equals 1 m, width of the concrete cube equals 1 m, height of the concrete cube equals 1 m, volume of 1 cube equals length times width times height equals 1x1 equals 1 cubic meter, wet volume. So, wet volume of concrete is 1 cubic meter. Now our main objective is to convert 1 cubic meter, wet volume, of concrete into dry volume. For that, we have to increase the wet volume to 54%. It follows: dry volume of concrete equals wet volume plus 54% of wet volume equals 1 plus 54 x 1/100 equals 1 plus 0.54 x 1 equals 1 plus 0.54 equals 1.54 cubic meter. Note: to convert n cubic meter of concrete from wet to dry volume equals 1.54 x n, where n equals wet volume of concrete. This is applicable in estimation of the mix design calculations for concrete. Let us take another example. Length of the concrete cube equals 5 m, width of the concrete cube equals 3 m, height of the concrete cube equals 4 m, wet volume equals 5x3 x 4 equals 60 m3. Dry volume of concrete equals wet volume plus 54% of wet volume equals 60 plus 54/100 x 60 equals 92.4 cubic meters. Thanks for watching. For now, please subscribe, like, share and do not forget to press bell icon.